I am saddened to announce that we will not have Jennifer Lopez with us this week, but we've got the whole fucking crew from Post to Post Wrestling in the house. We got the Brothers of Discussion, Grayson and Will. We've got Alex Weatherman here. I keep wanting to call him the Weatherman, but I don't know if that's if that's worthy of his fucking rants and raves, because they're fucking awesome.
I mean,
and then I'm your boy Drummer John.
Tornado of terror and anger at times. So
he's wonderful.
Yes.
I enjoy listening to him almost as much as I enjoy listening to fucking Corny.
What was that, Weatherman?
I've had seafood. I took a Ritalin. I've had seafood today, so it's been a good day.
Oh, very nice.
It's been a great fucking day. It's been a great fucking week. I've had some excellent fucking shit going on in my life. So,
yes.
Alex has had some great shit going on. For anybody who don't fucking know, you got two of the fathers of the fucking year on this podcast. And man, and myself, we do anything for our kids. So there you go. You want more fucking stories? Work. Yes, you want to hear more about it? Contact us individually. Trust us, we ain't afraid to talk about it.
Oh no, not at all.
We can make some money off of it. We could get some drama shows over it.
You really could.
Oh Jesus Christ, my shit's like a fucking nightmare. But we ain't here to talk about family drama. We're here to talk about fucking wrestling drama, because it's Wrestlemania week. Fuck.
It is. Mania Weekend is upon us.
Is this the most unexcited Wrestlemania week ever?
I don't really know too much about what's going on, so I can't get hella hyped about it. But, as I heard John saying just then, I am stoked about predicting on it, so that way I can either, one, be pleasantly surprised at whatever matches come up on the card. I know we mentioned some really fast last week, so we didn't really predict on anything. I'm
wondering how many people's actually going to be there, because I don't know if you all have paid attention to Twitter, but if y'all saw the pictures from the Texas Rangers game last night,
I saw
it was nearly sold out.
It was. I mean, good for Texas. I myself wouldn't trust that large a gathering yet, but I'm sure they could have met in the middle. But fuck it, it's Texas. They're going to do whatever the fuck Texas does, and whatever. That's all I've got to say about that. Florida's like extra sweaty Texas. So
and
Florida's leaking shit water.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
They got a dam getting ready. They had to evacuate town because the wastewater dam's about to bust.
Oh boy, man!
That's how Florida man is born.
So many Florida men are going to be born in that toxic cesspool of a dam break. That dam's going to break, and then a dental dam's going to break, and then a con dam's going to break, and someone's going to have a mutant trash baby.
As is tradition.
Or some turtles are going to get mutated.
Let's not insult the Ninja Turtles. Let's not do that. We don't want the Florida mutant Ninja Turtles. I can only imagine how bad they would be. I think we're going a little hard on Florida there. Apologies to anyone that listens to us from Florida.
You know what?
You have some good theme parks.
Florida, thank you for Gainesville.
Yes, very much so. We kid because we care. That's all. So, gentlemen, since it's WrestleMania weekend and we've got a shitload of stuff, because apparently just WWE is throwing out, they're throwing fucking everything at the wall to see what sticks. We've got, a double night of NXT pay-per-view and then the double night WrestleMania pay-per-view, correct?
Well, starting with last night, we had Monday Night Raw. Tonight on Peacock, you got the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday's going to be night one of Stand and Deliver, both on Peacock and on USA. Thursday is going to be night two of Stand and Deliver, exclusively on Peacock. On Friday's SmackDown, they're doing a WrestleMania SmackDown edition, where they are going to have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, They're also going to have a 4-way dance for the women's tag teams, and the winner will face Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler at WrestleMania. And then Saturday you got night 1 WrestleMania. Sunday you got night 2 WrestleMania.
Sweet
So it is
Jesus.
Wow, the Andre Battle Royal sure has kind of been pushed to the side, hasn't it?
I was thinking the same fucking thing. I was like, oh, it's.
Are they not doing pre-shows for both days?
Oh, I guarantee you they're going to be doing pre-shows, because what's a WWE pay-per-view without a fucking 6-hour-long pre-show?
No, I mean pre-show matches.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the.
I know
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah,
on
it's-
night 1 of the NXT. They have a kickoff. They literally just added it 5 minutes ago on the kickoff show. They added Zoe Stark versus Tony Storm for the kickoff show in night 1.
Okay. All right. WWE has basically cornered the market for the rest of the week, it seems.
But other companies are not going down without a fight. Motherfucking AEW bringing in Iron Mike Tyson on Wednesday night.
Tomorrow night. Iron Mike is back. And then Friday, they've got their first non-televised show, The House Always Wins.
Which fucking casino thing, goddammit.
All the time. I'm fucking sick of the casino thing. I really am. I get it.
We forgot to mention this last week about the AEW house show. And I'm just going to get this off my chest. You know, the point of house shows back in the day was A, to make money, yes, but it was also to try out stuff to see how fans react to it.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing this like a fucking pay-per-view.
They kind of are.
And no, because don't be surprised if next week they don't put it on YouTube or something.
I'm sure it's going to be on YouTube. Like,
Yeah, they'll have it recorded.
It's guaranteed it'll be on YouTube the next day.
I mean, there is no. I mean, if they're going to run a live event, fine, run a live event, test out some shit, see how it gets over. But you know that the people actually going to pay to see that shit are going to like every damn thing they do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really going to get any positive influence, but still, just run the live event and be done with it. And they were charging what, $30 for this bitch? And how much are they charging for Dynamite? Like
now look, it's
35?
$30 for that. It's probably about the same for Dynamite, but what they were doing is if you dropped $40, you get tickets to both shows this week, Dynamite and that one on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were running the 2-for special.
See, and that was the thing too. You know, back in one of house shows too, but they were supposed to be a cheaper alternative for people who can't afford to go to TV or who can't get into TV because TV's sold out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me talking. And
I mean,
I just think they went way too overboard over this house show. WWE did not go to this level with Starrcade, which was essentially a house show.
Starrcade should not have been a house show, but it was a damn fine time. I thought it was kind of an insult that Starrcade was a house show. I really did. But I enjoyed it. Fuck.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
I got a T-shirt. I think I've worn it one time.
I got my Starrcade 83 T-shirt there. My Flair and Harley Race one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
I've worn it a handful of times as well. I've got my tickets still somewhere in here. The good one and the misprint ticket.
Oh yeah, the one.
I mean, don't get
like,
me wrong. I was insulted by that show being what it was as a house show. It should, I think it should have been a freaking network exclusive.
Yeah, it could have at least been that, and that would have been more respectful to the Starrcade name.
I guess we should this time pay our respects to the WWE Network as it shut down Sunday, was it?
Yep.
Shut-ish. Let's call it shut-ish down.
It's shut down in
Well,
the
the
US.
network we okay, yeah. We all just say we're from Canada, we can get it back.
Well, I mean, let's look at it this way. It's in its earliest form, it no longer exists. In its new form, it is Peacock.
The cock.
Peacock.
The cock.
Yes.
I can honestly say that I was with the WWE Network every day it was in existence. The day it fucking launched, I got my membership, and I kept it until the end.
Grayson, you were about the same, right?
Yeah, I got it as soon as it came.
Yeah.
I got it day one too.
Nice.
I did via
I went without it
association.
for about a 3-month period because the credit card I had on file expired. I didn't realize it. And so when I had to get the new card, and I had issues getting the new card too because they said they sent me one in the mail and they never did. So then so I went for about a month without the network. I kept it most of the time.
Well, that's okay. It could have been worse. We've got our varying opinions on it. Like, they're definitely going the overly cautious national venue angle with it.
Oh, they're censoring the shit out of it.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. It's like, here's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's exactly what it needs to be now, except it just, I mean, it's $5 if you get it with ads, but that's where it needs to be because now it's literally only good for pay-per-views.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Thank God
It is
for
no
YouTube
longer
and
my
all these guys
one-stop
posting
shop
the
to
old
relive
stuff.
my nostalgia, because I can no longer continuously rewatch the clip of Choppy Choppy Your PP.
Or the Miz arc.
I will say
son.
thank God for YouTube because the guy, I think it's for wrestling fans or something, he keeps posting NWA Pro, NWA Worldwide Wrestling, and WCW in its purest form with like Jimmy Garvin coming out, the sharp dressed man. It's just in its most pure form. It's wonderful.
I truly am amazed there weren't more people that went in there towards the end. There probably are, but they just haven't dropped it yet, who went in and started like doing video captures to like start archiving all the shit that they were probably going to lose.
I don't think it's
well, a lot
I
of
don't think
the
it's
stuff-
lost forever. I don't think this Peacock thing is going to be forever. And
I think once the heat dies down, they'll
Yeah.
probably start adding stuff back to it. Easiest fix of them all. Yes, some people were grumpy about it, but the only people I have seen do it halfway correctly is, surprisingly enough, Disney, and just put in a fucking disclaimer at the beginning. That's all you have to do. The disclaimer covers your ass. It's called a CYA. We don't agree with this shit. Have you seen any fucking DVD commentary track? The views expressed in this commentary track don't necessarily align with the views of blah, 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 blah. That's all you gotta do. CYA. You didn't make it. You may be hosting it. Just say that we divorce ourselves from the opinions expressed within. So let's circle back. We don't want to blow our wad with WWE too soon because then we'll be burnt out and tired. We'll just burn through all the other shit we got to talk about, which thankfully isn't much because other than some enjoyable romps that have happened over the past week, the wrestling week has been fairly light in terms of, news and events. So we'll just
take us to New Japan. Let's start off with New Japan.
Yeah, let's start off with New Japan. New Japan doesn't get too much love at the beginning of things anymore. So, one, I believe at length last week or earlier this week, fucking sometime, we talked about how confused we were by the new belt's look and the purpose behind it. Well, all I can say as a positive to the new belt design is, mild spoiler for those of you that haven't listened, we're going to talk about it more in a minute. Will Ospreay this weekend got the title, so he's the second holder of the new IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. The belt makes sense on him because he's the aerial assassin. He may go by the Commonwealth Kingpin as well now, but the fact that belt has wings on it, and it's now on Will Ospreay, who is known for flying around in the air like some sort of nutcase, it almost works. It almost works. That's the only thing I've got to say about that belt right now. Just, it's slowly starting to grow on me, but It's still nothing compared to its predecessor.
It's still Cody's neck tattoo belt.
It very much is.
Or a Decepticon.
Or the Decepticon belt, yeah. Whichever one you would prefer, I would lean into Decepticon because it's deceiving us that it's a belt with prestige when the belt with prestige was lost. So there's that. Now,
ooh, can I lead in the next part of that discussion of belts? You know, we combine
as long
two
as you're
belts.
Weatherman at a 6 and not Weatherman at a 40.
Okay, Jimmy. So let's just put you this way: New Japan says, "Hey, we need to combine two belts in one because we have too many belts." So what do they do in its place? Hey, let's make a belt for New Japan Strong. So we now have the New Japan Strong Openweight title. Yay! Like anybody gave a flying fuck about New Japan Strong if they have a belt. When they have a belt already there that hardly ever gets defended, called the New Japan United States or the WGP United States title. Yay! So just use that fucking belt, New Japan Strong. Just make it a strictly United States thing and just keep it over here because you hardly ever defend it anyway. But apparently Moxley did a promo. But good for him. But you know,
I mean, one promo now is better than the fucking Wrestle Kingdom, more or less Wrestle Kingdom to Wrestle Kingdom gap from the last time, where there was nothing. It was just radio silence.
That being said, I wish they'd get that belt off of Moxley and put it off Fred Rosser.
Yep.
It'd be good chicken.
Ooh, Fred Rosser would be a good one.
Anybody other than Mox at this point because he's not doing shit with it. A belt's supposed to be fucking defended. I don't give a fuck if there's COVID going on or not. You look at the fucking.
I would even say talk to someone in New Japan management and let him fucking defend it on fucking AEW, defend it on Strong more often. Just fucking let him defend it from time to time.
There's a whole fucking storyline, and NXT did this shit right. There's a whole storyline going on now because Jordan Devlin was the NXT Cruiserweight champion, but when COVID fucking hit and he got, locked up over in the fucking UK and couldn't come stateside to defend it, they stripped his ass of the belt. They had a fucking tournament or whatever the hell it was. They crowned a new champion so the belt could be fucking defended. And now that the borders are opening up a little bit and he's able to come stateside, now you got a goddamn ladder match for the unification of those two fucking belts.
That's fine. I like that angle. I do. The only downside is that's dipping back into stripping to the title thing on Moxley a second time. He's already been stripped of it once. And
too fucking bad.
It
needs to be defended.
True, too fucking bad. But I don't know. Sometimes with as many things as New Japan gets right, when it comes to like some of their storytelling for their bigger arcs, there's some shit I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously, the fuck are you doing?
I just think I don't think the expansion is going as planned.
The expansion could have gone off without a hitch if it hadn't been for a fucking Big Daddy virus coming out of goddamn nowhere and fucking up everything. But we'll see. We'll see. Their expansion was hamstrung by Mother Nature, and fuck it. It annoys me. It annoys me so much. There's hardly any logic to it. The only thing I can circle back to is earlier on, they didn't unify those two belts because they have too many belts. They unified those two belts because they were too lazy to think of a way to get the other one off of him. So they just brought in the belt unification angle. Now,
I think that's exactly what happened.
Did they have too many belts? Fuck yeah, they do. But more or less, they just got rid of their upper and mid-card belt to make one upper card belt. And then I guess at some point, the U.S. title will be back to be their new mid-card belt.
Well,
technically that will still make it.
Who's the blame here? Who's the blame here? The New Japan management?
Could be.
Because is this going to be a roaming trend? Because it seems like after the management changeover, New Japan's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not turned to shit, but just not been as good as it once was.
I think what it is they're still trying to get rid of all the shit the other dude fucked up when he came in, because that American dude they got to take over for that short period of time, he fucking sucked. Like that he did a shit job. And so now I guess it's running Damage Control and trying to fucking right the ship. And so they're just bailing water and hoping for the best as of right now. It's not like they're fucking doing an awful job. It's just they're missing on so many small things. It just adds up to make it look really, really bad. They're hitting on like some of the higher notes quite well, but it's their small stuff that's really getting them. The small details are what's coming up. But let's go ahead. We'll jump into Sakura Genesis, which was the pay-per-view from over the weekend, the event from over the weekend. I guess you'll have to call every New Japan show a pay-per-view because, I mean, fuck, if you've got New Japan World, you pay for months, so that means you've paid to view it. So there it is. Every New Japan show is a pay-per-view unless you're in Japan and you have TV Asahi. So there it is. It wasn't a bad program. I mean, it started off classic New Japan fashion, where there were a shitload of tag matches, multi-man tag matches leading up to things. Okay? Bullet Club was in 2. They won 50% of their tag matches. GOD lost theirs against Dangerous. It was GOD and Jado against Dangerous Tekkers and Doki. Yep. The long-standing story arc of the Iron Claw, the Iron Fingers from that one nut job that used to be a member of Suzuki Gun that retired. I always forget his damn name, but that
Michael.
Yeah, sure. That Tai Chi was carried around in that little duffel bag for the longest time. That over the summer, Thomas stole it from him, and he's been carrying around the Iron Fingers and like being a classic Tama and knocking the shit out of people with them and getting sneaky wins that way. Well, they almost got him back, but then the chairman of New Japan snatched them away in his very demure little business suit ways. And all the big wrestlers were like, give him back, and like snatching at him. He's just like, no. He turns around and he just walks into the back. So they lost. The other match with Evil and Yujiro and everybody, they won that one, I believe, if I remember correctly. No, wait. Is that the one? The tag matches, as always in New Japan, it's hard to remember shit. They may have lost both of them in retrospect, now that I think about it. But either way, I digress. It's opening tag matches. They're just basically, carryovers from the previous shows just to keep storylines going. Sometimes they're good. The only big thing is, one, this kind of evens the playing field for Dangerous Tekkers and GOD. The other part was just Chaos versus Bullet Club. Yano doing Yano stuff. Yes, that's what we've been waiting on. It's been a little while since we've had one of those. But Yano doing Yano stuff, and
also known as fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
I don't even need to hear what the fuck he did to let you know it was fucking stupid shit. Now, feel free to tell us what he did so you can confirm that it was stupid fucking shit.
It was just classic Yano shit. So, just like you said, stupid fucking shit. And, they Bullet Club has a great lineup now, but they are far from their golden era. Let's put it that way. Far from their golden era. The match with Evil is the one they won. The match where Jay White was going against Tana and someone else, they lost. So there's that. I believe that was Jay White and Yujiro and someone else. Like I said, it's all a blur. Just because those opening tag matches, there's so fucking many of them. And I'm just like, oh my god, just end, please. I watch them. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. And I'm just like, it's more of the same. But let's go ahead, jump forward. Apologies for anyone that expected a better recap of the tag matches. We move into like some of the major matches of the night. I'm going to only focus on 2 of them right now. Only 2. 1, Roppongi 3K's return and them facing off against El Desperado and Kanemaru for the junior heavyweight tag titles. That was a damn fine match. Weatherman, you would have enjoyed that match. There wasn't a lot of crazy shit. It was a lot of really, really good ring work. And they really, to me, I don't think they overdid the false finishes, which is one thing New Japan is awful for.
Terrible for.
Oh boy. This one, like, I didn't get bored watching it. It didn't turn into, the false finish montage towards the end.
Did they belt Roppongi?
Say what?
Did they belt Roppongi?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. The main reason, like, I had a feeling it was coming. As soon as when Kevin Kelly was doing his commentary, he was talking about the history of double belted junior heavyweight champions, people that held the junior tag and the junior heavyweight championships at the same time, never being able to hold on to them. So he brought up Devitt when he was tagging with Taguchi years ago, and a couple other examples. And then, lo and behold, Roppongi 3K wins. And they get their title belts back, because the whole reason they didn't have them, if I remember correctly, is because they were stripped of them. Because Yo was injured.
Yeah.
He's back. They definitely played the recently back off an injury angle really well. And Kanemaru and Desperado worked.
Desperado.
Yes. They worked the fuck out of his knee. The one he had surgery on, apparently. They worked the fuck out of it. Like, had him in numero dos, the stretch muffler, like, so many times. They were fucking doing combo, like, drop kicks to the knee breakers, and everything else you could imagine to that knee, and just wrecking him. Like, he was out of the picture outside of the ring for probably a solid 5 minutes during the match, with Sho taking on both of them at once. All in all, it was a really, really good back and forth. And the false finishes in this one were after the major, like, tag team special finishers, the tag team specific finishers. So Desperado and Kanemaru hit theirs, and then they hit it on Yo, and Sho popped in for the quick save, like at the last second. So there was that. Then Roppongi 3K hit theirs right as they were getting ready to go for the cover. It was broken up. Then it turned into a mixed, like, one-on-one thing. And then fucking Yo, even with his bum leg, managed to pull off his own finisher and got the pin. It balanced out. Good story arc. Good wrestling. Also, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Everyone remembers, I think, I'm going to assume everyone in here who's seen Roppongi 3K remembers Yo's ludicrous tights and pants combo tights with the tassels.
Mm-hmm.
They are no more.
Good.
It's now solid black shorts with black tights with a single white stripe running down the front of the leg, with kick pad boots with white trim running around the kick pad, and then he has a black arm sleeve with the single white stripe running up along it to match the leggings. It's very clean, and honestly makes him look way more badass. So I had, like, they've been talking, like, another thing that makes me worry that they're probably going to break that tag team up before too long is they kept talking about their individual styles and how much Sho has been working as a solo performer while Yo's been on the shelf, and how that's what they kind of want to do when they're not tagging. So I have the sneaking suspicion that Roppongi 3K probably won't be around for too terribly long. I mean, hell, they've been their fucking go-to junior heavyweight tag team for, God, I think
Since the Bucks.
Yeah, for at least 4 or 5 years now.
Since the Bucks.
Yeah, they've been belted many times, and honestly, the only people they ever lose the belts to are Kanemaru and Yoshinobu, and fucking the Bullet Club. Ishimori and at one time it was Ishimori and Robbie Eagles, and then the other time is Ishimori and ELP a couple times.
That's right. I think that's one.
Yep. ELP. But that's what I'm seeing right now. Now the biggest match of the night. Or well, second biggest. I almost forgot, almost skipped over something. Triple threat. Forgot all about it. This is a big one. I'm not going to go into the match too much because it doesn't matter. They won. So, the United Empire, Will Ospreay's new faction. They're finally getting some love. I thought they were going to try and bury them or some shit earlier on because it's like every time they looked like they were getting some steam, they'd go on a fucking losing streak. Well, they had a triple tag match. Or, yeah, sure, that's what I'll go with. I'm probably using the term wrong again because I always do.
It was a 6-man tag.
Yeah, 6-man. There it is. The triple tag's 3 tag teams. That's right. I always get those mixed up. Always have. Probably always will. No matter how many times I've corrected, we'll just run with it. Anywho, they had in this match. I'm not going to worry about the other team. I'm just going to focus on the United Empire right now. Of course, it was Jeff Cobb. It was the Great Okan, and then it was booked as X. And New Japan circles, that X is always the new member who they haven't announced yet. And when they debuted this new member, I was pleasantly surprised. One, because I never in a million years would have guessed who it was. And two, I'm glad to finally see him get a bit of a rub. Because for the past at least 3 years, during his matches, opening up the shows, etc., working with everybody from Tiger Mask to fucking Tanahashi, they're talking about, this year's going to be his year. Things are looking up. He's doing really, really well. And then they just fucking constantly. Well, to bring it back around, the new member of the United Empire is Toa Hinare. Of all fucking people. John had no fucking clue who I was talking about.
Nope.
I don't know if Weatherman knows who I'm talking about. And I don't know if Grayson knows who I'm talking about. But all I can say is it was fucking Toa Hinare. Now going by Aaron Hinare. So he's got...
They're whitewashing him?
No, I think that might be his actual real name.
It'd only be whitewashing if his name was Doug Funny.
You'd be a big fan of mayonnaise.
Skeeter skeet.
Skeet skeet. But they debuted him. He came out. His new ring attire is much better than the weird brown shit with the fucking tassely loincloth flaps. He came out with like a chip on his shoulder because, you know, it's like basically he went to them because he's tired of fucking being like on the losing end all the time with booking. So he came in, he fucking did really, really well. And then he gets the pinfall victory.
Nice.
I was super happy. I mean, he didn't get it clean himself. Like, it was during something like where they were doing some double team shit, and then Jeff Cobb rolled in sneaky-like and hit Tour of the Islands on the guy, and then Hinare rolled in, picked him up, hit him with a DVD, and then pinned him. So the old Death Valley Driver, preceded by a Tour of the Islands, got him the win.
I would say that was a Yano move, hitting people with DVDs.
Yes. I mean the true DVD, the Death Valley Driver, not the digital video disc. I'm happy to see Hinare getting some love. Dude needed it. I liked his work on the opening matches, but he's always been like a low to lower mid-card performer. So hopefully now that he's part of the United Empire, other than the fact that you know how all factions do, they always have their low-card performers, they always have their mid-card guys, and they always have their high-end guys. I hope this moves him up a little bit more, up the food chain at least. But the biggest match of the night, though, goddamn Will Ospreay and Kota Ibushi. Well, if you've seen a Will Ospreay and Kota Ibushi match, either of them going against anybody, you've seen this match. But that's not a bad thing. There were high spots, but they didn't go full, in my opinion, they didn't go full spot monkey like some of the AEW shows and other Ospreay matches we've seen in the past. All I can say, it was well played, and Ospreay got the win clean. There was no dirty dealings, no nasty tactics. It was a clean win. He hit him. Ospreay's nursing like a bad shoulder, so they downplayed the hidden blade a lot, which is a pretty nasty looking finisher, honestly. But he got Kota with the hidden blade at the end, and then just to really punctuate it, he picked him up and hit him with Stormbreaker as well. And then got the clean 3 count. And basically, he killed God. He's the God Killer now. He's the God Killer. Because we all know that Ibushi has been talking himself up as the God of pro wrestling. Well, God is dead. To quote Will Ospreay numerous times after the match was over. God is dead. I recommend that any of you watch that match at least. Just go to New Japan and just watch that one. It's damn good. Anyone that hasn't watched it, sorry to spoil it for you, just watch. I'm not going to give away anything more than just that little bit. The rest of the match was pretty damn good.
Oh, Bea Priestley is no longer with New Japan.
I didn't think she ever was.
Well, she's done working with them. The rumor is she signed with NXT UK.
Really?
There you go.
Well, there we go. I guess that's why Ospreay hit her with the Oz Cutter a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Just a way to kind of write her off so that way she could go and work for them.
Yeah, poor decision.
I'm going to give NXT UK some credit. They do good work. I mean, Weatherman will back that just because of Walter alone. She has a chance if she doesn't branch into NXT proper. If she hits NXT proper, I have a feeling, other than like some name notoriety she has from earlier on, I have a feeling she'll just get buried.
Oh, and I've got a little bit of breaking news.
Oh?
Ooh.
Hall of Fame inductees 2021.
Okay.
The Bella Twins.
Why?
Good question, but there's your breaking news. So I did 2 things.
Okay.
They just got announced recently. I thought it was
they announced them
potentially
fucking
rumors
ages ago.
No.
Yes.
No.
They were one of the first people that they announced for that class.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
What a
They
terrible announcement, though.
Yeah, regardless. I thought they were, I just read about it now. Well,
The Bella Twins will be the first inductees into the Victoria's Secret lingerie catalog wing of the WWE Hall of Fame, also known as the Laurinaitis section.
Oh, man. There it is.
alright, I see it.
Back to the finish of the match. Classic aftermatch stuff. A lot of big build-up. A lot of Ospreay telling him to get, and the rest of the Empire telling him to get Ibushi's corpse out of the ring, basically. Because it's his time now. and he was tired of them fawning all over Ibushi after he got his ass beat. And so there was all that. He started talking shit. He called out Okada for a title match because he wants revenge on Okada from Wrestle Kingdom. Well, Okada came out. Okada gets ready to do his Okada thing, so, he picks up the mic, he starts doing the clap to get the clap on top of the mic head to get the crowd hyped. Then right as he's about to say something, snatch, Shingo Takagi pops in, cuts a nice little challenge promo on both Ospreay and Okada, saying that he comes first because he outed Okada from the New Japan Cup in the first round, and so he deserves first go at the title shot. And Ospreay was fucking pissed because he got hit with facts. And, well, he was just like, all right. He goes, first Shingo, then Okada. But when he said it, he was right up in Okada's face. Like, probably spit all over him. And then threw the mic down. And then Okada just rolls out of the ring his cocky, ha-ha-ha Okada way, Same with Shingo. Shingo just, points at him, eyeballs him, and then steps out with a smirk. I was like, that was good. Both of them played the character. Worked out real well. And Ospreay, semi-petulant, but really riding the high of the fact that he's now the champ. All things considered, I'm just really surprised after that big unification pushed by Coda that they took that belt from him that fast. That's
it's not like he's going anywhere.
No, I mean,
he's got a lifetime contract, so
yeah, he's going to get a push up until he's too old to get a push anymore, and then he's going to wind up being like Tiger Mask and Blue Justice and just working over the young boys.
He's going to get a push until he starts pushing a goddamn walker.
Yep. Which, I mean, knowing the way he works and the way Ospreay works, wouldn't be too much longer. But let's pop back across the way and we'll talk a little AEW, and it's very little because all we're going to talk about is fucking Dynamite from last week, because that's pretty much all there is to talk about. Who wants to take point on this?
Well, I'll shit on this for a second.
Let's hear it.
Basically,
Let's hear it, Grumpy.
The Pinnacle. God damn it. So
You did this to yourself.
I did do this. Well, so let's just put it to you this way: the Pinnacle's in their locker room, which used to be the Inner Circle locker room, and MJF said he's going to give them a gift, and it's their own personal tailor. Yay! And so he goes to the bathroom, opens the door.
Wait, hold on.
And there's
tailor or interior decorator?
Both.
Yeah, whatever.
Taylor first, and then he mentioned interior decorator.
Let me just put it this way: we'll only see this guy one time, and we'll never see him again.
Probably.
But anyway, so he goes to open the bathroom door. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the bathroom door, which, there's Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Santana and Ortiz.
And
Now,
Hager.
common sense is going to tell you, wouldn't they have noticed this big group of guys in the bathroom? It's not like there's a forbidden door in the bathroom. Maybe Matt Hardy teleported them in there. I don't know. So then they see them and they panic. And they go to leave, and there's Hager at the front door. And they get in a big schmoz and beat each other up across the backstage area. And lovely Jericho takes MJF and sticks his head and mouth in the toilet. And MJF gets a good old dose of toilet water and then throws him through the Pepsi machine. And they take back their locker room. So essentially, that's the payoff. Our good friend Wes sent me a text message Thursday night. So pretty much, this is the payoff, ain't it? And I went, I guess so. I don't care no more. The babyfaces got their revenge. Where do we go from here? How did they get in the bathroom? That's my biggest thing. Why couldn't they just all been at the front door as they were leaving?
Did they show a full shot of the bathroom?
Yes.
No,
They
you
did
can't
not.
see if
They
there's
did not.
another door. Or
There
anything.
is a second door in that bathroom because if Jericho knows anything, you need a second door.
I'm pretty sure that bathroom's a dead end exit.
You
One
know
way
nothing
in,
about that.
one way out.
All right, we need someone from our slowly increasing fan base to provide us with
If
the
you
floor
have
plan
worked
for
at
Daly's place.
and know the schematics of the bathroom and
Yes,
locker
we need
room,
the floor
Jesus
plan
Christ.
please
of
get a
Daly's
hold of
place. So that way we can
Who-
figure out the best ways to sneak in. I mean,
If
Who
you
gives
were
a
to
shit?
check who built
Honestly,
Daly's
who
place.
gives a shit? It was fucking funny. It was a skit. He was in the fucking bathroom. MJF's face fucking said everything. We gotta go now. That shit
Now,
was fucking
honestly-
hysterical.
And honestly, if you want to go that route, dude, his face was on point. It's like someone took a ragey beefer in there.
But what you're saying is, you know what we gotta think though. They've been in this locker room most of the evening. Nobody had to go take a piss. Nobody had to go take a shit.
Maybe they did. Maybe he was in the shower.
If they wanted to be funny, they
Second
could have
floor.
had Sean Spears in there taking a dump, and they go in there and just start beating the shit out of him with his pants down.
Maybe
That
they're
would've been
all
funny.
maybe they're all shy poopers and they won't use the bathroom while another person's in there.
I mean, that's me. That would be me.
Now let's take a moment, step aside to the real winner of that whole thing, the fucking world of memes. Did anyone see the one where when MJF opened the door, it was the clip of him walking in as a kid on the Rosie O'Donnell show?
Yeah, I've seen that before.
That was beautiful. It's like, he opened the door, there's little Max walking in, there's Rosie, he's like, you gotta go. I was like, that one was great. But there have been some damn gems with that one. But that one,
They're mostly all on Botchamania.
yeah, it's a guarantee. Botchamania does great work.
This is the thing. Botchamania the last while is primarily AEW. That's the bad thing about it.
It really is. It really is. And it's not like classical botches, it's just stupid goof ups. There's a few classic style botches, but mostly it's just goof ups. Lots and lots of goof ups.
I just love all the old Simpson references.
So many. Let's see. The little run in of Mox and the Bucks against Kenny and Company. Okay. Who didn't
Oh,
see
we
that?
all know where that's going to go, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, we
Either
called
one.
that shit when the invasion first happened. The
Mhm.
Bucks versus the Good Brothers. They're just adding some shit to it.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, the only way I would be totally surprised if it was some sort of long con. It's not going to be, because that would require a little bit of extra thinking and fun. And I honestly, the Bucks want to be more or less the Hulk Hogan, say your prayers, eat your vitamins version of the Rockers.
Because they're Christian AF.
It is true. In a perfect world, I think that if they're running this angle right here, the best way it would be for me to pay off is the swerve again. It's like, one, yes, it was predictable and easy to see that the Bucks were torn in their loyalties, whether they wanted to be the good guys or hang out with their buddies from Japan, etc. All right, we see it. The Bucks aren't going to go like that. They don't want to be seen as heel. But if you see all them getting shit talked to them by Callis, saying they don't have an edge anymore, and then, nothing really happening when he fucking gets right up in their face, and Matt kind of just being like a skulky little bitch. Yeah, it makes sense that they'd walk out with Mox and have his back. But for me, the payoff would be for them to do a second swerve and double cross Mox. Like it was all a long con. Like they worked it with Callis and they played it off like that. It would play up Callis's master manipulator type of angle he's got going on there. And, it would be a wet dream for a ton of Bullet Club fans. It really would. Plus, heel Bucks are the best Bucks. 100%.
And again, we're also going to have, our flavor of the month match for this month will be trios matches, where the last couple months have been nothing but no DQs.
Yeah, they do tend to find one trend and run with it a bit too hard.
It just makes me wonder if they're going to have a trios belt that they're going to introduce soon, because they've talked about that in the past, having trios titles, and now we're just seeing this influx of trios matches fucking everywhere.
As long as Death Triangle proper, Penta, Ray, and fucking Pac get it, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with it.
Let's just have the Freebird titles so all the factions can choose whoever the fuck they want to defend the belts.
That's too open-ended and too good. That's why. If it's too open-ended, they can't figure things out.
They can't figure nothing out as it is, so there you go.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this. I really love AEW, so I don't have as many complaints.
I liked it when it first started, but it just disappointed me more and more as it went along. Like, I'm about to the West point now, to where I just don't want to watch it. And what's bad is somebody who was as over with it as West was, to have just shit the bed with it like he has, that says something.
I wear my AEW hoodie every day. I'm a fan, but some of the shit that they do just, I don't know.
It leaves me scratching my head at times. Am I super...
But we can say that about every organization now.
Yeah.
We already said that about New Japan earlier tonight. We were saying it now. Goddamn well we're going to say it at fucking nauseum when we get into the WWE portion.
I will say it forever and always when we talk about WWE. But, I'll give the devil its due when, they do things right. Just like when AEW does shit wrong. I'm not going to say they cut it stellar, but I'm not going to constantly shit on them just because they fuck up from time to time. Yes, as much as I want to say they're still really young and they're learning it, it's true, but you gotta kick the training wheels off that bicycle at some point, and they need to.
My problem is you got too many educated people in the wrestling business working backstage there. They should be doing better than what they're putting out there.
Yeah, but
like WWE, their problem is they got writers that who more or less have never watched wrestling in their life. That's their problem. Why NXT does as good as it does is because you got 3 wrestling people running the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, some of them writers now have trickled down from the main show and fucked it up. But when NXT was running strong, they had wrestling people doing that show. And it showed.
It's true.
Everybody in AEW is just there for a paycheck.
A lot of them are. A lot of them definitely are. But let's move on and touch on at least the main event of the night, the Arcade Anarchy match.
Oh God!
It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It was the train wreck I expected.
Yeah, I was not a fan.
I know
that when Mira picked up that Mortal Kombat or whatever, I think it was Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat 2.
And it was very obvious it was not Mortal Kombat 2, but a shitty put together cardboard cutout.
It wasn't a cardboard cutout. It was legit built out of wood. And the only thing that makes an arcade cabinet heavy is the CRT monitor inside. So, one guess, it would have been more impressive if he had picked up a legit cabinet, but for him to get any sort of dramatic effect with that, it's not going to happen. But the cabinet he picked up, most likely, looking at the way it was, other than possibly them having built that bottom stand for it, it looked like they just gutted one of those arcade one-ups from Walmart and slapped some decals on the outside of it. And then they put the extension.
Yeah, that's one thing. It was really fucking small.
Yeah, it was smaller than normal. But I'm not going to complain about the construction, because if you've ever fucked around with an arcade cabinet, they're nothing. There's nothing inside of there. You could break the shit out of one of those things easily. But, for what it was, It looked better than the Whack-A-Mole machine.
Oh Jesus,
Oh, yeah.
that was so bad when dude's head went through it, but it didn't break through it. It's fucking styrofoam or some shit.
Yeah. I was just like, oh my god. Come on. Like, there's some stuff
Was Christina Statlander was penalty for the one who hurt her? Does anybody
That's
know?
what they said during the match. I don't remember if that was accurate or not, but they talked about a feud between the two of them.
Yeah. It could have
And
been.
the nice air hockey table that was actually a table, just painted like an air hockey table.
It didn't look
Yeah,
like
it
a
was-
table painted like an air hockey table. It looked like just a cheap air hockey table.
It looked
It
like a
had
beer pong
the regular
table
table
with
bottom.
painting.
I don't know. I'd have to look at it again, but it didn't look as bad as some of the other ones. I mean, if it's going to be called Arcade Anarchy, it needs to take place in an area that actually looks like an arcade. That would make sense to me.
This was the bunkhouse match for video game people.
I will give them credit on as the bare bag of Legos as opposed to bag of tacks.
Oh my god, that was fucking funny as shit. They
That
had it
was
inside
good.
the fucking teddy bear and they ripped the teddy bear open.
Yeah, that was smart because I would almost say I would take tacks over Legos.
Yeah.
I mean, because fuck, there's no give on a Lego. Once the tack goes in, it's done. It's not going anywhere else.
It would have made more sense in a Father's Day Stampede match.
Also true. If I want to get into mechanics of things, they definitely should have had a second ref working the ticket stand and actually require them to get tickets. When they slammed Kip Sabian's head through the Whack-A-Mole machine, that machine should have printed out tickets. And then they got those tickets and then went and got the chair down.
Or just busted out the ticket machine and stole the tickets.
That would have worked well for a Miro angle where he could have gone and loaded up on some shit. But one thing I'm happy about with this match, even though it wasn't amazing, or two things. One, Trent's back.
Yes. I like how they brought him in with his mom in the minivan, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. And then two, I believe the Miro and Kip Sabian shit is finally done.
Man, I hope so. It's a
But
waste.
they've already killed Miro unless they take him off TV for a while and they just bring him back.
I don't think.
I don't think so. All he needs to do is beat the shit out of Kip, and then it all will be well with the world. That's the easiest fix without having him have a full character redevelopment. Because he can still run the best man angle, just now instead of it being a double entendre for a wedding, it's now he's legit the best. And then you can just have him, go monster mash on fucking everybody.
After Kip, where does he go? I mean, only thing I can really
Wherever
think
he
of
wants.
maybe
I mean,
Moxley.
once you remove the Kip equation, the world is his oyster. He doesn't have to fucking worry about Kip. Like, Kip's a non-entity anyway.
Unless you're going to put the TNT title on him, that's the only way I can see you putting him with Darby. But I think they're going to run with Darby for a little while longer.
They are, but at the same time, who's to say he even needs a belt to be, right there in the mix? I mean, fuck, if they want to do something with it, have him beat the shit out of Cage and get the FTW belt.
They're waffling up Darby with fucking people that shouldn't even be going for the belt. This week, they got him going against JD Drake, who's been with, Nick Nemeth and Cesar Bononi down in, Dark.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just giving him matches for the sake of giving him matches. They're building something with Matt Hardy right now, but I mean, they're just fucking waffling people at him.
Yeah, I mean, I want Darby to defend the belt, and I want him to defend it well. Like, his best match so far has been the one against Scorpio Sky.
Mm-hmm.
That was a damn good match, and it looks like Scorpio basically with that promo that he cut with Ethan Page the other day. He's pretty much cut ties with SCU.
Yeah, he's a tag team now with
well, I think all of it. I think SCU never lost a match, but they're done pretty much because now Kazarian's a heel, where him and Christian had their thing.
I think that was a one-time deal.
That wasn't a heel turn. No, that was just him,
reigniting a feud from TNA, technically.
Or not
even a feud, just more of someone
rivalry.
has to be the cocky son bitch.
Yeah. So basically, he was playing the locals only angle. He's like, "You think you're big shit because you came from somewhere else over here? Well, I've been here the whole time. Let's see what happens." That's all it was. That's the kind of
And they had a good match.
They did,
but it went too long.
I would say it was on the cusp of getting too long. I thought it was a good length. If it had been shorter, for sure, would have had more pop.
There was
but
too many
girth.
Too many false spots for the Unprettier or the whatever you call
I
it,
hate
the
that
outwork
fucking move.
plant or whatever.
Oh yeah. I forgot the name of it already.
Yeah, I hate that fucking move. I've never liked it. And that might be why I don't like Christian, because that move was just always so fucking stupid.
If he picked him up and at least did pump friction like fucking Juice Robinson, I would like it more. Because it's the same fucking move, just with a different drop.
The way he twists it with the arms and puts the head, and it's just. I sit here and I think about that move, and in the past have mimicked that move with other people, and it's just. It's nothing. It's just. It doesn't work. The mechanics of it don't work. It's the easiest fucking thing to get out of. It's just doesn't work.
Hopefully he develops
It's like the pedigree when he started letting go of their hands in the air.
Yeah. So they can protect themselves.
Yeah.
All things considered, I thought, as a whole, Dynamite last week was a decent show. It's one of the better ones they've had in a while. The main event was comical. It wasn't good. It wasn't terrible. But
at least we did have to see Tony Khan.
Yes.
Or have him cut a promo.
Also, yes. But yeah, I'm glad to see Trent back. Also, my favorite thing from the night, entire. Best Friends coming out to the fucking Pixies.
Yes.
I was just like, oh, love it. Love it. Not sure why they chose that song for Best Friends, but I'm fine with it.
It was for Orange Cassidy.
I think it's more for Orange Cassidy, yeah.
It's his new theme song. They're just kind of using it, I think, because they're technically a crew.
Works for me. I enjoy it. I was just surprised. It was like, did they fuck up the audio again? Why are the Pixies playing? And then it cut off right at the moment their stuff cut off. I was like, oh, that's their new song.
So, did we talk about the fucking Chris Statlander bomb on Penelope Ford through the fucking table?
It looked good.
That was fucking sick. And it was very well protected.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was. That was the cleanest, safest looking bomb drop through a table I've seen in a while. And her popping out of the claw machine, it worked. It did. But that bomb through the table and Statlander coming back, icing on the cake. Plus, she looks in better shape than she was when she left.
Oh yeah, she put the work in. She must have joined the Nightmare family.
God, I hope not.
Well, no, I think she outworked everyone.
Probably.
She's in the Christian coalition.
That sounds... That sounds like we could easily circle back to that whole topic we were on earlier with that one. It just, well, we all saw it coming, but I'm finally glad that they've kind of divvied up the Nightmare family.
Yeah, I'm very glad. I mean, I still think QT Marshall's is land as a bag of potatoes, but whatever.
Bland as white bread and a glass of water.
They really made Arn look weak.
I know, he cold cocked the shit out of Arn. I was just like, oh damn, why'd you make Arn look like a bitch? QT's not that sort of tough. Even Tubby Arn could take out QT. And I halfway enjoy watching QT work. I do. I don't hate him. But, I mean, hopefully, like, they figure out his fucking character. Now that he's...
I was hoping for the Arn turn to happen.
True. I was super stoked to see Camacho turn, though. Or whatever the fuck his name is. Camarado.
Anthony Ogogo?
No. The other one, the big hairy dude.
Oh, Nick Camarado.
Camarado, that's it. Sounds like Camacho.
Yeah, you had Aaron Solo, who is Bailey's ex-fiance. They're no longer together. Nick Camarado and Anthony Gogo, who turned.
The boxer.
So you're saying,
bruiser,
whoa, time out. So you're saying Bailey's available?
Yes, Bailey is available.
Well, I'm gonna get on Twitter right quick.
Yeah, her and Aaron Solo called it off about a month and a half ago.
I would like to be her baby buddy.
Oh, Jesus. We've lost every female listener now. So, let's go ahead now and dive in to the meat and potatoes of the evening. WrestleMania and NXT predictions.
All right, so not going to do any fucking lead-in about either show. We'll just get into the matches, and if there's any storyline that we need to talk about that builds to the match, we could do it that way, just to keep it streamlined a little bit better. So NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 1.
Okay.
We've got just announced
like a porno I watched.
We got the just announced kickoff match between Zoe Stark and Toni Storm. That one there, there's really no storyline behind it. Zoe Stark, she's part of the new class that just got signed, the largest class in NXT history. They've been putting her in a lot of high-profile matches lately. She's gone against Io Shirai. She's gone against Raquel Gonzalez. She's had a lot of friggin' big-profile matches, and she's held her own in those matches. So putting her against Toni Storm is, it makes sense if they're going to push her the way they've continued to push her. And I think she's got a shot, with that. I think she might actually win this one.
So you're going Stark, eh?
I'm going to go Zoe Stark.
Okay.
She's the hot new thing. I don't see why they wouldn't push her.
Don't know much about it, but if she's been in that many high profiles and then she's getting another match at one of their, I guess you can say air quotes, big shows, I'll give her the push too. That sounds pretty sound. Weatherman, Grayson?
Who was it again?
Zoe Stark versus Toni Storm.
I don't know Toni Storm. I don't know the other one. So I'm going to
Zoe Stark.
I'm going to get Toni.
Okay.
Yeah, Zoe's been taking the losses in all the matches that she's had. That's another reason I think she's going to get a win at a pay-per-view or a big show, because she's been their workhorse for the last couple weeks, taking losses to their big names. So I think she's due.
And not like squashy losses.
No, not squashy at all. She's been fighting. Good.
Okay. Now, Weatherman?
I'll go with what John said.
Okay, he's leaning with the Zoe. All right. So we got zits. That's kind of the phonetic sound of our choices so far. Okay.
All right, next up we've got Leon Ruff versus Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Bronson Reed versus Cameron Grimes versus Dexter Loomis versus L.A. Knight. Yeah, it's a gauntlet match. So they had a big-ass battle royal last week to determine who was going to be in the gauntlet match. The winner of the gauntlet match takes on Johnny Gargano for his North American title on night 2 of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver.
I'm going LA Knight. So I don't give a shit.
Yeah, the winner of the battle royal gets to be the last person in the gauntlet, and that was LA Knight. That fucking battle royal was cool as shit because Dexter Loomis just hung out in the fucking corner, just stood there and just watched people until there were fucking like 4 people left or some shit. Like, he didn't fucking move and nobody was fucking with him. I thought that shit was so cool. I'm loving how they're playing up his character. I'm a Dexter Loomis fan. Plus, there's more of a storyline with Dexter Loomis versus Johnny Gargano than with any other person in the match.
I'm still going to go LA Knight. Because it's fucking Eli Drake. So.
Yeah.
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 I can't do it again. It's too much. So, are you going with
the first 2 in the gauntlet?
The first 2, it's going to be in the order that I said. So it's going to be Leon Ruff, then Isaiah Swerve Scott, then Bronson Reed, then Cameron Grimes, then Loomis, then LA Knight.
Yeah, I think I'll go with LA Knight.
Yeah!
I think he's going to do that every time we say it.
LA Knight.
Yeah!
LA Knight.
Yeah!
It's good. All right. So, John, what I was saying, you're going with Loomis, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. Grayson?
I don't know much about any of them, so yes.
So, yes. So, you're calling Daniel Bryan comes to NXT.
For sure. 100%. The only thing that makes sense. Vince McMahon.
All right. So,
if I had to pick, I think it'll probably be LA Knight, but I don't know, just because I feel like it needs to stay as, I guess you say, more established. Mm-hmm. I would probably say Loomis.
Yeah, that'll work.
I don't have any deep thoughts on this because I haven't watched NXT in probably a year. Actually, no, it is the Pat McAfee 2. No, I don't think I watched that one. It might have been Pat McAfee 1.
I think it was Pat McAfee 1 because you were all fuck Pat McAfee until his actual match.
And then like... dude, he fucking sold me. I still stand by that. That was fucking wrong.
And McAfee he's not done with WWE. Cody was saying some shit about McAfee calling him every day trying to get a job at AEW. McAfee has been denying that, and there's talk that he's going to be coming back to NXT soon.
Well, Cody, he's got to throw his ego in there.
Mm-hmm. I said it. I stand by it. No more celebrities anywhere. You're already tarnishing.
I don't consider McAfee a celebrity. He's an ex-football player, so he's more of an athlete.
So you didn't enjoy watching Logan Paul on fucking SmackDown last week?
I was literally just about to say they've already tarnished WWE. Where's Logan fucking Paul? And I'm already stuck watching Ben Askren Jake Paul nonsense. It's like, dude, I'm fucking tired of the Paul bros.
Well, I guess Logan's got a match against
anyway.
Nothing.
Absolutely. Nothing.
Okay.
It's just dumbasses who made living on the YouTube generation.
Yeah,
It's a bunch of YouTube fucks, and one of them, like, really, like, I don't know. I never watched them to begin with, and the thing that, like, turned, the first time I heard about Logan Paul was this thing where he went to,
when he was a shitbird in Japan.
He went to the suicide forest in Japan and filmed dead bodies. Like, come the fuck on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
A piece of shit.
Yeah.
And nothing will change my mind unless he donated every penny he had to an anti-suicide charity.
We'll get to him later. Don't blow your Logan Paul wad yet, because
he doesn't deserve anything else. I'm done with him. We're not even going to talk about it when it's time to. Fucking done.
Okay, because he's involved in a WrestleMania match.
Oh fuck. Okay.
I abstain from any prediction with him.
Let's get through night one. Come on.
All right. Next up, we've got the NXT Tag Team Championships. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch had to give up the belts because Danny Burch separated his shoulder. Him and Oney Lorcan were taking a double suplex from Karrion Kross, who just got back from a separated shoulder injury, and Danny Burch separated his shoulder. So they stripped them of the belts, as should be. If you can't defend them, you fucking strip them and you give them to somebody else. So you have...
New Japan.
You've got MSK, who are the winners of the Dusty Cups, formerly the Rascals from Impact, versus the Grizzled Young Veterans versus Legado del Fantasma. I'm going MSK on this. Wesley just came back from a broken hand. They never got their tag team title match that they were supposed to get from the Dusty Cup. This is going to be that feel-good moment.
I agree with you. I watched their Dusty Cup match. It was very, very good. I liked both teams, but I still hate the name of the Young Veterans, the Grizzled Young Veterans. It's a fucking stupid-ass name. And the other ones, I don't know fucking shit about. So, other than one team they've already kind of had some beef with, and then another team that I don't even give a shit about, MSK makes more sense.
Legado del Fantasma are the guys who go around with a guy who used to be King Cuerno in Lucha Underground, and then he was El Hijo del Fantasma, and now he's Santos Escobar. My name is
I remember now. That makes it even worse. Okay, so I'm still sticking with MSK.
So the guys' names are Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde. Joaquin Wilde used to be DJ Z in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, Zima Ion.
Yeah, Zima Ion, trained by fucking D'Lo Brown. Fuck you, D'Lo.
He was on an episode of Oddities.
Yeah, but I'm still going MSK for the win.
Yeah, I would too. Anyone else?
I'll go Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay. Works for me.
That's
I think
MSK.
Mike and the Robots could
For some reason, every time you say MSK, I think of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I totally get you. Grayson?
Same.
Oh.
The same. Yeah, I thought about it. Just don't know anyone else would work.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next.
And then you got the NXT UK Championship, Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa.
It's going to be a fucking knockdown drag out, but Walter's going to walk away with it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Feel like it'll be Walter.
Yeah, I think this is going to be match of the fucking night. I think these are two of the best fucking workers in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all their fucking shows, I think Ciampa and Walter are fucking great. And I think these guys are going to they're going to put on a fucking awesome match. But I don't see Ciampa taking a UK championship.
No. As much as I'd love to see Ciampa with gold, no. Ciampa is the guy that doesn't really need it. And
Yep.
he's so good now, and since he's getting on in age, he's better served putting on clinics with other people that he can help look even better than they already are.
I love how they teamed him up with Timothy Thatcher after they had that fight pit in. They were working him as a tag team, and fucking somebody challenged him to. It was Imperium challenged him to a tag team match, and he goes, "If you want, I'll go get Toothless Timmy. I'm sure he's down for a fight." Fucking Toothless Timmy, are you kidding me? That's brilliant.
That's good.
I'm
Who you
going
got,
to go
William?
out on a limb here. So Walter's held that belt for well over a year.
Oh yeah.
Could they be wanting to put him on the main roster?
No.
No.
He's still, no, I don't see that yet.
Walter has.
Over.
My
On the
safe bet's
international
going to be Walter, but I wouldn't be surprised for the swerve if they were wanting to move him somewhere.
I mean, WWE's not above a stupid swerve. We know this. But when it comes to Walter right now, like he, as a whole, is NXT UK right now. Because before him, it was more or less like basically Pete Dunne and Mustache Mountain. That was it.
Yep.
Now it's the Walter show. Because Pete Dunne is,
I'm going to go out on a limb, though, and say that this match will probably be the match of the week.
I do not disagree.
Because I don't see anything else on these cards that will surpass what they're going to do as far as making the wrestling purist happy and not insulting.
Yeah. I totally agree. Totally.
Because compared to what they're going up against on the rest of these shows, they can have a shitty match and it'll still be better.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion. Which Grayson will say which is wrong.
I'm fine with it.
in this regard, we're all fine with that. Because it's fucking Walter and Ciampa. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better layout right there. Ciampa is a true grizzled old veteran. The only people who should ever have grizzled and veteran next to a word. Old. Not grizzled young veterans. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Continue, though.
All right. The main event for night one, we have Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship. And I think Raquel Gonzalez is going to take this, man. They've been giving her a nice slow build. She was like almost like a Diesel type character to Dakota Kai's Shawn Michaels, and now she's stepping out on her own. And I think it's time for her to pick up some gold.
Okay. You could be right, but since I'm not familiar enough with her, I'm going to go with Io.
Only because she's engaged to fucking evil.
Also that. Bullet Club for life. Bullet Club adjacent.
There you go.
I say Shirai keeps it.
I do too.
I guess I'm the odd person out. I'm going Raquel Gonzalez for the win.
Okay. So there's night one. Let's go ahead. Keep this train rolling, chugging along. Let's hear night two.
All right, night two, first match. You got Santos Escobar versus Jordan Devlin in a ladder match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. This is what I mentioned earlier. Jordan Devlin couldn't defend the belt because of COVID. He was stuck over in the UK or Scotland or Ireland or wherever the fuck he's from. So they took the belt and they had another tournament or whatnot. And Escobar won that. And now that the world's opening up, Devlin's back. He's got his belt. And, I just think this is a smarter way to go instead of having a motherfucker hold on to a belt for the better part of a year and not defend it.
Is this the same belt that was purple?
It still is purple. It used to be the Cruiserweight Championship. Now it's the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
I think Escobar wins in a smosh finish. He gets help.
I'm actually going with Jordan Devlin on this one. I was
thinking it's going to be the feel-good story of him getting back the belt that he thought he was wrong for.
Well, Jordan Devlin's not a feel-good story. Jordan Devlin's a heel. He's a dick. But I don't think he was given a good enough run prior to COVID that I don't think he's done with the belt just yet. I think they need to put it back on him and continue where they left off when they stripped the belt from him, because he was fucking tearing through the Cruiserweight division in a big way.
So bring the muscle back.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Devlin as well, just because from what we talked about earlier, the fact that he was stripped of the belt and now he's like they're working that unification angle, it just makes more sense to me for him to get it back than your continued explanation of how he was just running train on the cruiserweights makes it seem more likely now.
Yeah, his finishing maneuver, he calls it the Devlin side suplex, and basically it's from the opponent is down on the ground, he grabs their arm and pulls them up into the air into a side suplex and just slams shit out of them. It's pretty cool. I dig it. I dig the way he does it. He was trained by fucking Finn Balor, so I'd like to see if Legado del Fantasma get involved. I'd be cool with seeing Finn Balor come out and make the assist.
Is Balor running kind of a heel angle right now?
No. We'll get to his match shortly. Okay. His match is the main event of night 2.
Alex Grayson, what you got?
Well, we already heard Alex. Alex went with Santos Escobar.
Okay. Grayson?
Not Escobar.
Okay.
Not okay. So you're going with Devlin?
Yes.
All right.
Coolio.
All right. Triple D.
Then we have the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship: Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon versus The Way, which is Indy Hartwell.
Wait, I have a question. Was Escobar a heel too, or is he a babyface?
Oh, he's a hell of a heel. They're both heels.
Okay, I stand by what I said then.
Fair enough. All right, and who are they going up against?
The Way, which is Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell.
I'm going to go with Blackheart and Moon regardless.
Same.
Even though they need a team name.
They're still growing as a team. They were able to win the belts on the first night they were introduced from, Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. And they're the reason I think Raquel Gonzalez is going to win that women's title, because they put the belts on them and took them off the same fucking night, because they're now trying to do a champ. I just, they haven't had it long enough, and neither of them are looking at a singles push. So I think Blackheart and Moon retain.
Gotcha.
I would go with The Way if they had Ugandan Knuckles in their team, but they don't. So I'm going to go with the champions.
They should resurrect that meme just for the tie-in alone. It would be wonderful.
All right. We got everyone on that one?
Yep.
All right, next up, we have the North American Championship, Johnny Gargano versus Question Mark, because we don't know who is.
Question Mark is dead.
Versus X.
The wound is still fresh, John.
No.
Versus whoever fucking wins the gauntlet match from the night before.
I will say it's going to be X.
I'm going, if it's Dexter Lumis, who I picked to win the gauntlet match, I think Dexter Lumis wins the NXT North American Championship.
So
If it's
you're also
anybody
going
else,
with X.
if it's anyone else who wins the gauntlet match, it's going to be Johnny Gargano retaining.
Okay, so are you going with the X choice, or are you going with Gargano? You can't wishy-wash right now.
It
Are you
depends
going
on
to-
who wins the gauntlet
It
match.
can't depend. You've already chosen Loomis
It
to
has
win.
to. No,
You have to
Okay.
run off of your pick from before.
you don't have to.
Dude,
There's always
you
the
just
potential.
did it.
There's always the potential that I'm wrong in that prediction, which
Well,
would mean I'm
that's-
automatically wrong in this
That's
prediction.
how predictions work.
No, that's like you trying to do all 4 fucking rounds of any of the tournaments in New Japan right off the bat. Doesn't work that way. Round at a time.
Time out. Let's just do Johnny Gargano over the field.
Who?
Johnny Gargano or the
Johnny
Fiend,
Gargano.
aka anyone that he would be going up against.
Except Dexter Lumis. If it's Lumis, I'm going Lumis. If it's anyone else, I'm going Gargano. Write that down however the fuck you want.
Undecided.
Not undecided. Very decided.
Very decided would be one choice. Undecided means you have options.
Well, you have options because there's variables.
Yeah. But you see, you're not narrowing it down to
Let's
actually.
just go ahead and
pick
say
the-
everybody's right on this match and be done with it.
You're probably not wrong. All right, so real quick, Weatherman, would you go with the champ or the other?
I'm going with Gargano because Triple H's boy.
All right, Grayson.
Who was it again?
Gargano.
I lost
Gargano
track. I
versus-
lost track because you guys went off off the rail there.
Well, we don't know who he is facing yet
Whoever wins
Okay.
the gauntlet match.
Oh,
from the
gotcha.
first night.
Okay.
Go ahead and say it, Grayson, because you know I'm fucking right.
The gauntlet person will not win.
Okay, so you're going Gargano.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got John, who's playing.
Because I've only halfway paid attention. I can't remember names in half of these matches.
You went with Loomis on the gauntlet match.
Yeah, I remember Loomis, but I don't see Loomis winning.
I do.
See
Well, I
how
mean,
he made a decision using his previous prediction to inform the one for this one?
But if the previous prediction is wrong, how could I even make an informed prediction on this? That's the whole point.
It's
If
just one
Loomis
show split
wins,
across 2 nights.
night one,
Like play the
Loomis
odds
wins night two.
sometimes.
Yo, let me go ahead and just squash this. You're both right, and you both can do whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter.
We got everyone in on that one.
Yeah, we got everyone in.
All right, next match. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly in an unsanctioned match.
Okay, you know how I said Walter and
Ciampa.
would be the match of the weekend? Okay, it'll be a close run between this match and that one.
You're not wrong.
But I'm gonna say O'Reilly babyface victory.
O'Reilly. Gonna win this motherfucker. Ow!
And this match will be sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If only.
Okay. I am 100% for that thought. But whenever I look at the two and just compare them as wrestlers, I can't go against Adam Cole.
Baby.
Baby. Boom.
Well, we know why.
Britt Baker.
No. Bullet Club for life.
Exactly.
But John, who are you going with?
O'Reilly.
All right.
Yeah, diabetes for the win.
Oh. I can't help but laugh. Oh.
Kyle O'Reilly's a diabetic. I'm a diabetic. So.
Birds of a feather.
Likely story.
All right. Next.
Next up, we've got the main event: Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross.
God damn.
And I'm going Karrion Kross with this. They fucking took the belt from him because he got injured with that separated shoulder. He never had a chance to fucking run with it. We never had a chance to do, to see anything. And, just like with fucking Jordan Devlin earlier, very similar situation. Yep. They need to fucking put the belt on him and let him see what he can do. Finn Balor doesn't need it. Karrion Kross needs to push. The only reason they don't belt Karrion Kross here is if they put him on the fucking main roster.
I hope to God they don't do that.
I second John on that.
So you're going Kross as well?
Yeah.
Grayson?
They already had their match, and Finn Balor won it, didn't he? Like once?
Yes.
Did they have a match? Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't because when Karrion Kross came back, they put him in a program with Damian Priest.
Okay. Because I felt like there was a promo, and it kind of sounded like they had already had like some sort of match, but I guess I'm incorrect.
I don't believe so, because at the end of NXT this week, or last week, Finn Balor's in the ring, and he just turns around and Karrion Kross is there, and he's like, "I've been waiting for you." Finn Balor said that.
I think it's so hard for me to pull against Finn Balor, but he's not Bullet Club anymore, and he's not even a demon, so Karrion Kross. No, I think it'll be Karrion, because exactly what you said. They need to run it back with him as the champ, since it was sort of like his Raw Championship win. He gets it, he gets injured, he loses it. Don't pull the same mistake again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I'll go Kross. I'll say Kross, despite my better judgment of picking against my boy, Prince Devitt.
I was just leaning along the same lines of, I could almost, like if I wanted to overanalyze it and create some sort of story arc where in the back of his head, he hamstrings himself in the match by thinking, hey, this same shit happened to me. And since he's the face, more or less, giving it up without realizing he's giving it up. So yeah, I was probably only Kross as well.
I have a quick question for John, who keeps up with WWE. Did they ever do an angle with the Fiend and Demon?
No.
It's one of those things we all kept wondering if it was going to happen, and then it never did.
Nope, never did.
Because it would be the smart thing to do. But
Well,
I digress.
That's
to my
WWE.
understandings.
When have they ever made sense? But like I told you before, the custom community loves the fuck out of the Fiend. There's already a bazillion and one different people doing melted Fiend mask head casts and selling them. I'm just like, I don't give a shit about this character. I didn't give a shit when he first debuted. And now that he's back as a fucking knockoff Dollar Tree Jason Voorhees, I give even less shits. I'm all for Bray Wyatt getting a rub, but goddamn.
You want
right.
Husky Harris to come back.
We all do. Okay.
Built like a tank, moves like a Ferrari.
Well, that brings us to the big show.
Night 1 of WrestleMania.
Motherfucking Mania.
All right, so let's just jump right in here. Night 1, first match, Naomi and Lana versus Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus the Riot Squad versus Natalya and Tamina. And it's a tag team turmoil match where the winner gets a WWE Women's Tag Title match on night 2.
Damn,
that
they're
you
already
snoring?
kicking off the show with a bathroom break.
Oh God. Who was?
Well, I
the,
guess after the 6-hour with the 6-hour pre-show, they do need to kick it off with a bathroom break.
Who was the second team you said, John?
That would be Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose.
Okay.
I like the Riot Squad in this one.
I was gonna go Riot Squad.
Squad's been floating around, since the breakup of Absolution. I know. They need to do something with Ruby Riott. She's too fucking good to be wasted the way they've been wasting her.
Yep. I'm right there with you. Riot Squad. Grayson?
Riot Squad. I agree 100%, and I don't know. At some point, you've got to do it.
Yep. And Weather?
It's WWE, so they'll probably go with
Who sucked Vince's dick last?
Oh.
Is that
who
rude?
wants the genetics?
I don't have an answer for that.
I don't know. Who's blonde and has big ones?
That would be Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke.
Yep. So.
Well, there's my pick.
At the same time, man, Dana Brooke deserves something. I've said it a million times. I think Dana Brooke is a fucking hidden gem.
I would agree with that.
But which gem do you want more?
Riot Squad.
There we go. All right. Let's stop that second guess.
It's mainly because of Mandy Rose. I don't really give a shit about Mandy Rose.
Because she's that person you think WWE would push.
This is true. I thought they would whenever they put her with Gold Dust and they were rose gold.
Next up, we've got Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. This one's been getting a pretty good push.
I'm going with Cesaro. I don't care if Rollins would be the safer bet. I want Cesaro to get some good love.
I agree with you. This is his first ever singles match at WrestleMania. He's never had a singles match at WrestleMania. This is the first time, and he's been getting over with Seth Rollins by swinging his ass around. Don't be surprised if you see Cesaro try and swing this motherfucker 37 times.
If Cesaro doesn't try to giant swing him 37 times, I'll be fucking sad.
Mm-hmm.
He's the king of the swing, period.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going with Cesaro as well?
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Grayson?
Who was he wrestling again?
Seth Rollins.
Cesaro.
All right.
Fuck Seth
Wedman,
Rollins.
are you going with the Swedish Cyborg?
Yes.
I will say, I feel like it's finally going to be Cesaro's time just because of the promos that's been said, the interviews with Seth Rollins talking shit on Cesaro, and the fact they're building up this is Cesaro's first WrestleMania singles match. Yep. He might be due for, his moment. I mean,
he won the Andre Battle Royal. That was technically a singles match.
Not necessarily, dude. Singles match is 1-on-1. That's a battle royal. That's something completely different.
All right.
Next
Unless
up,
someone disagrees and wants to argue.
No.
That was sort of what that was for. I was hoping.
I'm trying to think of an interesting segue, and I'm just drawing.
No, I was just saying. I thought you said that this was his first time wrestling as a single. I was like, well, he did compete in the Battle Royal. What is that?
Years.
Oh, okay. So they're pumping
his first singles match at WrestleMania. He's always had tag team matches or battle royals or something like that, but he's never had a singles match at a WrestleMania.
Okay, got it. Now.
Give that man a heavyweight belt.
I want Cesaro to have.
In another universe, in a better universe, this would be a fucking championship match for the Universal title or something else. You know, that's where Cesaro should be.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on.
Moving on. This next match started off as The Miz versus Bad Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
It has been changed as of this week. It is Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and Morrison. They changed the booking because they didn't think Morrison was going to be able to wrestle because he's dealing with a knee injury. But it's now formally, it's a tag team match. I'm going Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. Damian Priest is going to own this fucking match. Bad Bunny is going to do a little bit of shit here and there. But this is going to be that feel-good match.
It's a WWE booking. It's going to be Bunny and Priest just because they're the gimmick of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I bet everybody raps to the ring.
Oh, God.
Hey. Ho, ho.
These shitty matches have got to go. Hey.
God. I don't even want to bother. This is so stupid. Like, back in the day, it was like celebrity with some sort of physical presence, but now it's like any Joe Schmo celebrity can come in there and like wrestle with actual fucking wrestlers.
I'm a fucking DJ. I'm famous. You're a fucking DJ.
Like used to it was a minor. You were a minor part of the main event. Like Burt Reynolds is the ring announcer. Vanna White. Well, Vanna White was the tournament girl in the WrestleMania 4. Ring announcer, referee. Little stuff like that really didn't have you get physical.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Downey Jr. in Piper's Pit.
Oh God, I remember that shit.
Like Mr. T.
It was Morton Downey Jr. Sorry, not Robert.
Like he actually had like some sort of physical presence, not just some, average looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like. Oh, this is
he
like,
misses days.
This is like
Mongo.
Jay Leno level.
Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman.
Hey, now.
I as much as I despise Bad Bunny's music, I'm not a fan of the shit he does. He's been a wrestling fan his whole life. He's been training for this match. He's been training, and again, his shit was better than Snoop Dogg's. His shit was better than Gronkowski's. His shit's been better than a lot of celebrities that have been in there. And he's fucking Puerto Rican, so he gets my fucking vote.
Stephen Amell.
Yeah, Stephen Amell put on a great fucking match.
Yeah, he did. Regardless of all the shit Tamatonga would talk about him, Amell did a damn good job.
Amell will be in the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame someday.
Probably. All right. So Weatherman, who you got in this?
It's going to be the Bunny team.
Okay, so the gimmick team. Grayson?
Yeah.
It's going to be the goddamn gimmick team.
All right.
At the same time, I'm not that upset, because I'm not a fan of The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
I love John Morrison.
So you're just secretly hoping The Miz takes the pin.
My God.
You know what I
Bad Bunny that does it.
Back? The gimmick battle royal.
The one where the Iron Sheik had to hold on to the ring ropes the whole fucking time.
Yep.
Next up, we've got a cage match.
Oh,
between Braun Strowman and fucking Shane McMahon.
I will always choose Braun.
I just feel so sorry for Braun because, all the bullying he had in his life being so big and muscular, all them kids picked on. I just feel for him. I guess all the kids making fun of his dad for playing softball instead of Major League Baseball got to him.
Yo, Rick the Crusher.
Even though his-
Rick is a fucking saint.
He's a goddamn monster of a man, and he just
I
fucking
do.
brags
Hey.
them softballs. It don't play no games. Anyone who ever talks shit is to go fuck himself.
Anyone that ever talked shit to Rick probably got shit from Rick because
I
Rick.
knew that'd get you too worked up.
Really, motherfucker.
That was the whole point.
You don't mess with a nice man like Rick the Crusher.
No, you don't. I miss Rick. I haven't seen him in a while.
That was
Is it-
sorry.
is
That
it
was
gentle
sarcasm.
giant?
That's how silly. That's how silly the whole with. Because let's face it, Braun was probably born 4'8".
I have no idea, man. No idea. I honestly have not seen him in person in probably 20 years.
Is he even still alive?
Who,
I
Braun?
don't think so. No, Rick the Crusher.
Yeah, Rick is good.
Rick's fine. Him and my dad hang out pretty regularly. He's a cool dude. He's the only person I've ever met that used to pitch horseshoes that wouldn't step into his throw. He would just throw the thing the full 40 feet, just all arm.
He looks just fucking like him. I never knew this was his father. I'm looking this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
One of the nicest fucking people you ever meet. And
I actually didn't know they had slow pitch softball to that level that he played. Though, to be honest, I didn't even know that existed.
well, I will tell you the
And
best
so is
story.
his mom, Sarah. Sarah's like the sweetest woman in the
She
world.
is. But best story Rick ever told me was he's got like I think it was even in one of like Braun's little vignette things where they did that kind of behind the scenes visiting the family thing. It was on like the network a long time ago. But Rick
Gotcha.
has this gold softball bat hung up in the living room. He got that for winning like basically the softball equivalent of like home run derby at the old Brave Stadium, pre-Turner Field. What was it
Fulton
called?
County.
Yeah, Fulton County.
Fulton County.
Yeah. He cracked one out of the stadium and into the parking lot.
Goddamn.
Yeah, he's a mountain of a man.
He still holds the all-time World Series records in home runs, hits, and RBIs as part of the USSSA, United States, whatever, softball
Slow
association.
pitch. Softball
Slow pitch.
Association.
There
or
it
something.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So,
I know I picked Braun. Grayson, were you going the same?
Oh yeah, I will never pick Shane McMahon.
Weatherman, John?
strong.
Yeah,
strong.
I think this is the blow off. So yeah, Braun.
All right. I hope they
So-
destroy the cage.
Be a star.
This will be the blow-off match before Strowman goes after whoever's got the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And his new gimmick will be a star, Braun.
Braun Star. All right.
You got next up. We've got the New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team Championship.
As much as I'd like to say Styles and Omos, it's probably going to be the New Day.
I'm thinking New Day too. It's Omos's first match. You know, makes it harder to predict for sure, but I think the New Day gets another feel-good moment at WrestleMania. And I fucking love their fucking ring attire right now. It's fucking Mortal Kombat. Instead of, you know, how the Mortal Kombat has the dragon inside the circle with the fire, they got a unicorn. And then Xavier Woods is Sub-Zero, and Kofi Kingston is fucking Scorpion.
That's cool.
It looks really fucking cool. So I'm hoping they keep going with that because they always do new outfits at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. Grayson Weatherman.
So Styles and Omos, New Day. If it's gonna be Kofi and Xavier.
New Day?
I'll go New Day too.
Fair.
All good Styles.
Okay.
I don't see it. Everyone's going New Day. And I feel like this might be a way they push Omos.
Okay.
Even though he is greener than the grass outside.
Yeah,
but he's fucking huge. Huge. That guy's fucking huge.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Next up, you've got Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's title.
Sasha Banks, I don't even care.
Yeah, I will take Banks all day, every day.
I'm going Bianca Belair.
I knew you would.
I mean, that's fine. Chances are that's what's going to happen, but
I still don't like her.
I don't like her. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't like the gimmick. I'm not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
She's very talented, but I don't like the gimmick.
Yeah. Weather?
Based on the way they pushed her with her 20 WD 24 thing, it's probably gonna be Belair, even though I don't want it to be.
Mm-hmm. I'll pick the Mando over the hairdo any day. So that's my thought process there. Now, continue.
Who do I like more? I like Sasha Banks more, but I think it's Bianca Belair's time. I think they're ready to push her. They're gonna belt her.
I don't think she's ready.
She is one that they need to resurrect the hair versus hair match for.
Oh my god.
That's what I was going to say.
Bring Molly Holly for one more match.
Just one more.
Get the
Hall
blood
of Fame.
out. Get the blood out and shave her head. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Or
A
bring
juice and a
Nikki
buzz
Cross back and do something with her.
Yes.
'Cause I still think about that NXT match from back in the day. I forgot who she wrestled. I cannot remember live with me, but I just remember that one ladder spot, and it was fucking choice.
You got me. All right, next match.
Main event of night one is the almighty Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. I think Grayson predicted this match about 7 months ago.
Lashley.
Yeah, I still think it's gonna be McIntyre,
Yeah, McIntyre in front of fucking people to win the belt.
and they've done all this
agree
dumb
with you.
shit to truly put over the fact that Lashley is the heel now, and I just think it just sets it up for a bigger win with McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I'll probably go McIntyre as well. Weatherman?
I don't want it to be McIntyre, but it's gonna be. I would rather see Bobby Lashley get his WrestleMania victory big time on the big stage, but it's just not gonna happen. And history proves it that way. Booker T, Triple H.
That is a
I'm
fair
sorry,
comparison.
Debbie's not gonna put a full black guy over on the main title stage on their biggest show. They've never done it.
Do you want to play devil's advocate and put it down just in case? Because that's pretty good logic behind putting it on him anyway.
It's because he's a heel. When Booker T was going against Triple H, Booker T was the babyface, and that was supposed to have been his babyface redemption, and it never happened.
Mm-hmm. So, are you going full McIntyre then?
Yeah, I'm going full McIntyre because that's what they're shoving him down our throat. You're going to like him whether we want to or not.
What you're saying is he's the new Roman.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad, but yes. All right, night 2.
All right, night 2, first match: Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn.
Let me add one thing. Let me add one thing to that. Being we're going to have a crowd, they may realize finally they may see McIntyre ain't over as what they thought he was with the fake crowd.
That is true.
Well, also, I think this is a situation where Bobby Lashley's just been on point for a while. So it's more of like, it's not, McIntyre sucks. It's just Lashley is just right now over more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I think McIntyre is still, a popular wrestler. He's popular with the crowd, but is it Lashley level? I mean, right now, McIntyre hasn't really had anything going for him. And Lashley's had these huge arcs going down. From the Hurt Business to breaking up the Hurt Business to just going full-blown heel.
I just think they're going to be in for a rude awakening with this live crowd this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a wake-up call for Vince.
Yeah.
Because he's been able to control the narrative for a fucking year now. He's not going to be controlling that narrative come Saturday night.
Nope. So, Owens versus Zayn.
Owens versus Zayn.
Honestly,
Logan
there's no
Paul
reason.
is going to have something to do with this match. I don't know what. They haven't really said. More will come of this on Friday, but he'll have some kind of involvement. I'm going fucking Kevin Owens anyway, regardless if Logan Paul's involved or not.
For me, there's no wrong choice in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the fact they've done it a gajillion times.
It's true. That's true.
I'm gonna say... I'm still gonna go... I don't know. I think it's gonna be Kevin, but I'm going Sammy. I don't give a fuck if my ratio's bad.
I want the sweaty conspiracy theorist to win, so I'm going to pick Sami Zayn as well.
I want it to just come out. Yep. Proved it. I'm right. There's
Yep.
a conspiracy against me.
And honestly, I just wanted to come out in an El Generico mask.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
If we're going to conspire against Sami Zayn,
Just rehash the Mr. America story arc, but with Sami
Yes.
Zayn and El Generico.
they'll just call him El Zano. Who is that? It's not Sami Zayn. He's injured. Weatherman.
He'll be Mr. Canada.
Cool,
That works. That works.
But I will go with Sami Zayn because even though God, this feud has been brought back so many times, it's just old. I just don't care.
Like, just be friends. You guys are be like butthurt over each other.
All right. Next.
You've got Randy Orton versus The Fiend.
The
Um,
Fiend.
Yeah,
I'm going The Fiend on this one.
Yeah, I am too. Orton's just there as a plot device. Weatherman.
Oh,
Yeah. The Fiend.
F's aplenty.
yeah, they need to get that dude back on the path of being a fucking monster or whatever they're gonna fucking do with him. You know, the boogeyman, fucking Kane, all in one. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this.
He's the Boogie Kander taker.
The Boogie Kander taker. There you go.
Undertaker shows up and tombstones him.
I mean, it's just like Chris Mahana-Kwanzaa. He's the Boogie Kander taker.
Speaking of which, our next match is Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum match.
That's hard, man.
Fuck.
This one is I think the concept is stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
B. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I have never wanted both men to win so bad. Because Big E deserves this. He deserves it. Apollo Crews also deserves it. Because he's just been shit on so many times.
Who's been shit on for the longer period of
Oh,
time?
Apollo Crews.
Okay.
I think this could be where Apollo Crews wins, and that's where they push Big E into the main event picture.
Mhm.
And I'm also tired of these specialty matches set up for one wrestler and they always losing.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there makes me want to pick Big E, but maybe it's not. And I think just based off, Will's thought, which I agree with, is who's been shit on longest? Apollo Crews. Can they keep shitting on him? Sure. This new character change is getting over in my book. I'm gonna go with Cruz.
All right.
It's probably gonna be Big E.
What are the rules of this match?
You've got to do the solo from Drumline.
So they have not really said. It just says no rules, no limitations, just a beating so loud it sounds like a drum.
Oh God.
Come on.
So-
Lazy booking.
So Kofi Kingston's old character's back.
I'm thinking.
Maybe he's got some premium faux jerk chicken.
Primo.
I was sticking with Big E for the to retain on this one for the reason that Will said. You know, they do these matches that leans to one person more than the other, and that person winds up losing. The Punjabi prison match.
Oh my God. He did win the second one. He did win the second one.
The second one.
The second one. God damn it. And
I'm gonna say, since there are no rules, Apollo stabs him with the spear and wins.
by murder.
And then we get to have Dead Man Big E come back the next week on SmackDown, and they have a Buried Alive match.
It's a Biggie taker.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right, we got everyone on that one?
who did you officially choose, Weatherman?
I'm going with Apollo.
Okay. Personally, I was even though I made a prescient point, I was going to go with Big E myself. Gimmick match notwithstanding, he's just the one that I kind of, while Cruz is good, Big E's the one that I prefer out of the two. So that's the only logic behind my choice. I think, honestly, they've kind of shit on Big E for long enough. The revolving third wheel of the New Day, depending on who it is at the time, he's been
Ooh,
that.
I got an idea. What if they gimmick up the spear where it hits Big E's chest and it breaks because his chest is so solid? There's a thought.
I would not.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say this. I want Big E to start doing Norman Smiley's Big Wig.
Yes.
Oh, the big wiggle.
The wiggle.
He does work for Davey, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe he's a trainer.
Yeah, Performance Center.
That could be a vignette series, like Norman Fine teaching him the big wiggle. This is what you do.
Or like,
And then,
you know,
then have like Braun Strowman walk in the room so he can scream and run away. Speaking of that, why hasn't he won the 24/7 title yet? So we can have that screaming again. And
I don't know.
because if you got it on him, he wouldn't be taken back by a fucking tiny ass schoolboy roll up.
Yeah. Okay, so next match.
Next up, you've got Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler versus whatever team wins the fucking tag team turmoil match from night one. I thought the Riot Squad was going to win.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and put my mark down for X, because that's what I wrote down the mystery team as, and yes, there we go.
Shayna and Nia.
Okay.
well,
I
if
think
the
it's time
Riot
to
Squad
break their
wins,
asses up.
but if the Riot Squad doesn't win, then I'm gonna go with blah 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 blah. All that crap John said about the gauntlet match.
Mm-hmm. That's solid. I can get behind that.
Okay. Okay.
Just put me down for X.
Fair enough. John?
Yeah, I think they're breaking up Jackson Baszler. whoever fucking wins night one is going to win this. So if the Ride Squad wins, Ride Squad's winning this.
I bet Niles Hole has a part to do with it.
Oh God.
We can only hope.
Okay, next.
That's the most entertaining thing about her.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Riddle versus Sheamus for the U.S. title, U.S. Championship. I think Riddle retains. I don't think they're done pushing him yet.
Neither do I. I would rather Sheamus win, but I don't see them taking it off of Riddle.
I'm past Sheamus. I'd rather Riddle keep it.
Fair. Weatherman? The Pale Man or the Stoner?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they're going to go with Riddle since they've got the VR birds coming out of his ass.
Yeah, those are stupid. I'll just put that out there. I like the flipping of the flip flops, but now that they've added birds to it, that's fucking stupid.
I just want them to get rid of that stupid fucking VR shit. I hate it.
I think it's actually called augmented reality, but either way, I want it gone. I want to take that camera and just bust it with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I absolutely hate it. Next match.
Rhea Ripley versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title. I'm going fucking Rhea Ripley.
I am too.
I'll go Rhea.
And you know that might be why Sasha Banks retains, because they probably won't switch both titles.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think they're going to switch both of them. I'm still going with Bianca Belair. I'm still going with Rhea Ripley. Not really a passing of the torch, but just the new talent coming up, you know. Although Bianca Belair's been there for quite some time. Rhea Ripley came out, challenged her first fucking night, and then she swerved the shit out of her this week on Raw. I like Rhea Ripley. I've always liked Rhea Ripley. Fuck, I liked her before she went with this dark look, so I'm rolling with her.
I think you're right. As much as I don't want to go against Asuka because I like her a lot, I think Ripley is past due. And Weatherman, did you say definitive choice?
Ripley.
Ripley.
Believe it or
Ripley's
not.
Believe it or not, yeah. All right, next.
We've got the main event of night 2, which is going to be Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan versus Edge in a triple threat match for the WWE Universal Championship. This one's rough.
Pretty much all three of them, to my knowledge, have had some sort of WrestleMania moment, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Piss poor WWE track record says they stick a belt on a legend and kill a storyline.
I'm going Edge. I think Edge takes it.
Just you prove my point.
Yeah, I think Edge takes it. So I'm there with you. You know, it's a whole comeback story, the whole feel good thing. You know, coming back out of retirement, a Hall of Famer, winning the Royal Rumble. I think this just caps it off, and they belt him.
If he does get belted, I expect him to get the shit beat out of him by Roman and company. Because Roman's not going to take the pin if Edge wins.
No, and that's why Daniel Bryan is inserted in the match, to take the pin from Edge, and Roman still looks tough.
Yep. Grayson, Weatherman?
Everyone will be told to make Roman look strong, and Edge will win by pinning Daniel Bryan.
All right. G-Money.
All right.
Pontificate.
I'm in the air. Logic and reasoning is Edge. Edge had his big fucking comeback from injuries. He came back from his fucking injury here. And he won the Rumble. And now he's in WrestleMania.
That was quite the
Then
sound.
you've got Roman Reigns, who right now despite the fact I don't like his weird, heavy breathing and talking to everyone like he wants to fuck them. He's on a tear. You know, his character, in my opinion, is a gajillion times worse. I love hating him. I don't hate to hate him. Because I do enjoy this Hill Roman. I still think he doesn't need Heyman, but you know, whatever. It works. But Brian, they threw a cog in the wheel when they added him. I don't necessarily think it is a protect Roman thing. Because I'm sort of leaning towards Daniel Bryan.
Oh.
Because all three have already had their WrestleMania championship wins. Edge is a part-time wrestler. He's not going to be on there all the time, and we finally got past Brock Lesnar a few years back, and it's good to have the belt on TV again all the time and being defended. But I think it's time also for Roman to be the tribal chief, but without his little prop.
That makes sense.
And Daniel Bryan has kind of had the shit end of the stick. You know, all of his matches have ended in some sort of bullshit to go down recently. And he did, I think, just win his most recent match, right? On SmackDown? He won.
Yeah, he had a what do you call it? A fucking no DQ match, a brawl against Jey Uso. And he won that.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go Bryan. Okay? I'm going to go Bryan against my better judgment. It's probably going to be Edge. And my ratio is going to get fucked. Okay. So...
You say that all the time, but then your ass is fucking right all the time with this shit where there's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but this was... I don't know, man. I don't have any confidence in my WrestleMania picks this year. But with that said, I think it's going to be someone is going to go for a spear while someone is fucking with someone else. And then that person's going to dodge. They're going to spear the other one. And then Bryan is just going to knee that person straight to hell and pin the other guy. That's my prediction. Like, they're going to go to, Roman Reigns. Okay, Edge and Bryan are probably fighting each other for a minute. Roman comes to his senses and then starts going for a spear. Bryan sees it first, throws Edge in the way. Roman spears Edge. Daniel Bryan knees Roman. Roman falls out of the ring and pins Edge. That way you keep Roman strong. Bryan technically didn't beat Edge. He beat Roman because he was the last person you hit. And Bryan wins after getting the shit into the stick for a little bit. That's my prediction.
Well, there you go.
I like the logic.
It's not going to play out that way, but I still think Bryan's good.
The logic is sound. It is. It really is.
If they had writers who actually knew wrestling, that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'd have a job as a booker at some point, right?
You're too sensible. You'll never get a job as one.
Yeah. AEW, call me. I'll make you good.
I would get fired as soon as I had one of my tantrums.
I will make you weatherman proof, AEW.
Like, goddamn, didn't we fire Cornette already? What the fuck?
That's NWA.
all of a sudden, this shit became watchable. How the hell did that happen?
What's going on?
But that's the whole card. That's 4 fucking days of predictions there. God damn.
Woo. That was a lot.
We did it under 3 hours.
We did indeed.
Woohoo!
We did indeed. I mean,
What if 4 hours of prediction as long as it's going to take them to do one show?
oh Jesus. Well,
No, I've
All
already
right,
got
everyone. This
something
has been your post-to-post WrestleMania prediction week show. We loaded you with all kinds of shit. Let's see how right, how wrong we're gonna be. Let's see if I go back to my old fucking ways of being the wrong guy again. I've been pretty good at these predictions lately, but my track record is pretty shitty. So let's see how we come out with this. Want to thank Falcon for making this 4-hour recording that we just did down to about an hour and a half. He's going to make it sound wonderful, and we thank everyone there, as Anna Polar and Falcon, for making us sound fucking great. Make sure you guys check out Anna Polar wherever you check out podcasts. Check out their music wherever you check out music. They're fucking awesome guys, every one of them. That's all I fucking got, guys. I am excited about this weekend. I'm ready to watch some fucking wrestling. I am going to watch the Hall of Fame ceremony tomorrow and watch Ozzy Osbourne get into the Hall of Fame.
I'm just going to go ahead and say congrats to Jushin Thunder Liger again. He got shortchanged on his Hall of Fame moment last year, but he gets it this year. Huzzah!
Huzzah.
I want to sniff Falcon's hair.
It is very majestic.
Did we wish him a happy birthday last week? I can't fucking remember.
I don't think we did.
I don't know.
I am
Because
so.
we recorded on his birthday last week.
I think we did.
If
But just
we
in
fucking
case,
missed it, Falcon, happy birthday, brother.
in case we didn't, yes, happy birthday. All right, so official quick proper exits.
Bye.
Yeah, that's everything. Bye. See ya.
Y'all have a good fucking WrestleMania week. We'll talk to you guys next week where we go over our predictions. Y'all have a fucking good one. From post to post. We have
Enjoy
been the
how
Brothers
bad we
Discussion,
did.
The Weatherman and Drummer John. Enjoy yourself, bitches.